Streamed live on Twitch at Lord Brandon 10.
Alright, YouTube, we are back. We have a raid guide here. Raid guide for dummies inspired by the GOAT, Hackis HD. So we're going to go and hop into it here. For those who are not familiar, this is the first encounter break-in. This is the very first encounter to the Onslaught mode here for Destiny Rising. Essentially, it is very similar. Very similar to the bridge encounter from Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. So we're going to go and hop into it here. I have several different clips, and I'm going to make sure you guys are straight and ready to run this after watching this. Alright, so once you are officially in the activity, you're going to be introduced to a small little cutscene there. Once the cutscene's over, there is going to be a short walk to go up to the first encounter. Now, if your team is already familiar with this, you've already seen the cutscene, I recommend you skip. No one wants to sit there for the 15 seconds and watch that, so if you've already seen it, skip it. Once you're here at the first encounter, you're going to notice that there are two plates. I'm fixing to show you now. There's one on the left, there's one on the right, and then of course you have the bridge right there in the middle. Alright, so in this video here, I'm going to start on the left plate. Once you get onto whatever side that you're on, you're just going to focus a little bit of ads for a little bit. Once you're killing ads for just a little bit, you're going to notice there's a Shinka that spawns like there is right now. You kill the Shinka, and that is going to allow you to kill the shielded captain that's right there. So you nuke the Shinka first. Once you nuke the Shinka, there is going to be a captain. His shields drop. You're now able to kill the captain. The captain that is shielded drops the key. That is what's needed to cross the bridge. Now, in order to get on your plates, you do have to kill the servitors, which is what I just did. You kill the servitor that allows you to raise the plate. Both the left and the right plate have to be raised in order for the bridge to form. The person who grabs the key will then cross the bridge. Now, there are two keys that spawn in on the first phase. There is one on the left, one on the right. So everything that I just showed you guys that we did here on the left, you're going to essentially do the same thing on the right. You start off, you kill your Shinka, you kill the captain after his shields drop, you kill the servitor that lets you stand on the plate and raise the plate. One of the other fire team members will then grab the key and cross the bridge. And that's it. It's essentially it. That is the first phase right there. Now, if you are one of the fire team members who is not on the plate and you're one of the people who are picking up the key, you are going to cross the bridge. So once you're done helping your fire team out, you ideally want to stand in middle because the servitor should be easy to kill. Once both are dead, both your teammates on left and right kill them. They step on, as you can see, the bridge will start to form. You start making your way across. With the key, you must have the key. You must have picked it up. Now, once you get to the other side, you're going to notice that there's a Void Scorched Vandal with a Void Shield, on the left and right of the room. Doesn't matter which one you get, just go and kill one. Once you kill one, you're just going to pick up the this cannon that it drops, and you're just going to look at the front door there, and you're just going to shoot whatever node is blue, depending on whatever phase you're on. And after that, you're just going to go and kind of ad clear for a little bit and wait for the rest of your team to get across. Now, once you have enough people, so around the start of phase 3, you should have enough people on the other side. Now you're going to raise the bridge from the other side like you would in Crota. Same thing. You go, you kill the Void Servitor. The Void Servitor is what allows you to step on the plate. You do that for the left and the right side while you're up top, and that is going to raise the bridge for the people who are on the bottom. If you have an extra person that's up there with you, you just have the other person that is just doing nothing, essentially just clear ads, so that way you don't get overrun or anything like that. And as you guys can see here, from the opposite point of view here, once you have enough people across on phase 3 and there's just the 2 people at the start, or the 3 depending on however you guys ran it, there won't be any more Shinkas. It'll just be the regular servitors. You kill them, you go kill your captain, everyone kind of picks up a key. As you're doing that, your team on the opposite side is killing those servitors that I just showed you in the previous clip, so they're stepping on the plates and able to form the bridge for you. And then the other people are just where I'm at now are just picking up the keys. They're making their way across the bridge. And they are going to, just go once again to the Scorch guy on either the left and right. It doesn't matter. You just pick one and you kill it. And once again, once you pick up this cannon, you just look at the door and you shoot whatever node is blue, depending on what phase you're on. And once you do all three, that's essentially it. You're just going to kill the remainder of the ads in that room. Play your lives, it's not hard, and that will be the end of the encounter. So just a quick recap. All you're doing from start to finish is when you're starting on the opposite side, you are killing the Shinka. That will allow you to kill the shielded captain. You pick up his key. You kill the servitor on the plate. The people with the keys go across while the other remainder players are holding the plates. And you just rinse and repeat that until everyone is across. Once everyone's across, you just kill the ads like you're seeing now. The door will open, and that will be the end of the encounter. It's not hard. It's real easy if you do it exactly like I just said. You should literally be getting this within 3 minutes. This is literally a 3 to 4 minute encounter, and that's it for the first encounter break-in. Let's go ahead and move to encounter 2 for Onslaught here. Alright, moving on to encounter 2, we have a couple different things going on. So first things first, make your way into this room here, and you're going to notice a lot of different things going on. You see 4 different monitors on the side and then 1 big monitor in the middle. All you're going to do is pay attention to the monitor that is in the middle. Starting off, you're going to see it's going to have 2 different things, a shape and then a symbol. This is different essentially whether you're starting, a new piece of the mechanic, or if you're just starting this raid. The symbol's always different, so always take note of it. It's going to be the shape that is going around the symbol. So in this particular example, we have the square and then we have the spider. Once we're done observing that, we're going to go ahead and turn our attention to the left at the 4 monitors, and we're just going to go ahead and interact with both the square and the spider. As you can see, they are both green now. That's going to drop the force field on these 2 canisters by this door, and that is going to allow us to move through and protect the team from the lightning, and go ahead and move through. Once we move through, we're going to go ahead and drop all the way down. The 2 people who picked up the canisters will then deposit the canisters into the that little banking station, and that is going to start the encounter. Now, starting the encounter, there's essentially going to be 2 different roles here. We're going to explain job number 1 for the people who are staying on the outside, and then we'll do job number 2 during the second phase. So if you're one of the people staying out here, essentially all you're going to do is clear the ads, making sure everything is nice, calm, collected, or whatever. Once we're done killing enough ads, as you're seeing on screen now, there will be a Shinka that spawns in. Quickly take it down. Once you kill the Shinka, there is going to be a symbol that appears on the monitor. You do the same thing as I had just previously taught. You're going to go ahead and observe the symbol, and you're going to go ahead and match that those 2 symbols and hit those monitors that correlate with that. And then you're going to do the same exact thing on the opposite side of this room, because there's going to be 2 Shinkas that spawn in. Same thing. We take note at whatever the symbols are. We go ahead and insert those in. Once we do that, once we insert all 4 symbols in correctly from the 2 on each side, we are then going to be teleported inside with the other 2 who went in. And when that happens, as soon as you get in here, there are going to be 2 Scorch Vandals that have the Void Shield. You're going to go ahead and just nuke one of them as quickly as you can. Once you do that, they drop a cannon, and you're going to take that cannon and hit all 4 of those blue nodes. If you miss a shot, you will have to pick up a second one, but try not to miss and you should be fine. You only need 1. Same thing, you pick up the canister, it releases the force field. Make sure your team is able to get through, as you're seeing through on screen right now, from the lightning in that little chamber. And you're just going to keep on moving and keep on moving And keep in mind, there are overseekers while you're moving. Those overseekers, if they do target you and they lock onto you for a couple of seconds, they do trap you. So making sure the people who are with you are just, taking those out, a part of their ad clear duties as they're moving through here with you. Once you reach the last room, which we're about to get into right now, the person who's holding the canister, should probably drop just to help clear this room out. There's going to be a Shinka that spawns here in the middle. You're going to quickly kill the Shinka. As soon as you kill him, it's going to spawn in 2 Arc Captains. Once again, quickly nuke these guys. They're going to drop a canister. That canister, you're just going to look towards the door. There's going to be 2 blue nodes, as you're seeing right now. You quickly blow those up. Then the person, or whoever, doesn't have to be a particular person, whoever just picks up the canister again, you're going to go ahead and make your way out into the little teleporter pad. That teleporter pad is going to put you back in the central room, and you guessed it, you're just going to bank the canister exactly where you did, like we were just, like when we came down here to start the actual mechanic. And that is essentially it for the people who are staying on the outside. Not much to it. You just hit the symbols from the little monitors there after you kill the Shinka, excuse me, and that's it. You go in, you do your thing, and we're going to go ahead and move on to job number 2, explaining what the people who actually get teleported in have to do. Alright, so this is job number 2. So this is going to be for the 2 people who get teleported in, or who are going to get teleported in. As you can see on screen, there's a void shank. Taking out that void shank is going to activate a plate in front of the big monitor in the middle. Once that shank is done, step on the pad when it lights up, and then you will thus be teleported in to a room. Kill the void servitor as soon as you get in. Killing the void servitor as soon as you get in is going to release a symbol on the middle of the monitor, and you guessed it, you take note of that symbols, plural, and you're just going to go ahead and match them up. So in this particular example, we had the square with the little dot in the middle. Once we do that, we are just going to focus ad clear until the people outside do the jobs that I taught you guys earlier. And that's pretty much it. Once you see your team get teleported in, once again, it's the same exact thing. You kill the Scorch cannon guy, he drops his cannon, you pick it up, you hit the 4 blue nodes, and it's essentially rinse and repeat. You pick it up, it drops the force field. You're going to go ahead and quickly move towards the door. Protect your team, make sure you are letting them through safely. Once again, ad clear on your way to the final room. Make sure you guys are watching for overseekers. They are a pain. If your team is not clearing them for whatever reason and you're stuck there, they will trap you, and it's annoying. So they're not even that brutal. They're easy to kill. Few shots and they're dead, as you guys are seeing on screen right now. Now, once we get to the final room, same exact thing. Whoever has the canister, just put it down. Help your team clear out real quick. Kill the Shinka. Obliterate it. Make it feel your pain. The Arc guys come out. You quickly, take them down. And once you take them down, you will then go ahead and pick it up again. Shoot the 2 blue nodes. And you'll go back to picking up the canister. Once you pick up that canister, you got one final little lightning chamber thing here. Let them through safely. At this point, you really don't have to since you're on the last phase, but if you want to be the nice guy, you can. There's been plenty of runs where I just went for it. I don't even care to wait for them. And then I get these angry messages in the fire team chat. But nonetheless, you put it in. You just clear out whatever ads is here in the middle. And you're done. You hit the switch here, you go up the elevator, you claim your loot, and that's pretty much it. So just a little recap here. You start the encounter, 2 people go in, the other 4 people stay outside. The 2 people who are going in quickly kill the servitor. They're just ad clearing. The other 4 people are killing their servitor. They input the symbols, they get teleported in. You make that walk with the canister. And that's essentially it. Make sure that you guys are being mindful of the time. You guys are being timed here. If you're doing it like I just showed, time isn't really an issue, but that's it for encounter 2. We're going to go ahead and move to encounter 3, the final boss. Alright, and the final encounter for Onslaught. Here we go. So once again, I will split this up, job number 1 and job number 2, starting with job number 1. When everyone starts this encounter here, every member of your fire team, it's just going to be a simple ad clear. That's all we're doing. We're starting off with a little bit of ad clear. Once we do a little bit of ad clear, there will be 2 Shinkas that spawn, one on the left and one on the right. You can just quickly nuke those as quick as you can. Once you do that, in the midst of you doing that, the boss is actually going to rotate and he's going to jump to the left side of the room. When that happens, we're going to go back to ad clear. During this time, keep in mind that there will be these blue pulse waves that you're getting ready to see right now from the boss come out. Make sure that you jump over that, because if not, you will take a lot of damage. Now, after doing all of that and killing ads, you'll notice that the Scorch Vandals are back. Killing them again and picking up their cannon, you guessed it, you hit the blue nodes once again like we've been doing all raid. Once you hit both blue nodes with the Scorch Cannon, the boss will then rotate again to the opposite side of the room, and it is going to be another rinse and repeat. You kill the ads, you watch for the blue little laser or lightning or whatever you want to call it that the boss sends out, making sure that you jump over it so you don't take any damage. After doing that little process for a good 15-30 or so seconds, you'll notice the Scorch Vandals come back out, kill each one. You have one shot, so you probably don't want to miss. If not, you'll have to kill a third one. Once you kill that second to last one right there, the boss is then going to rotate back to the middle of the arena. This is where we're going to start explaining job number 1, and then once we start phase 2, I'll explain job number 2. So job number 1 is going to be for 2 people that are designated on your team to get teleported inside. And the way this is going to work is, if you look on your screen right now, there is a right Sheikah, and then there's one on the left. Killing these Shinkas right here is going to activate the portal, as you just saw. One person went in. I'm going to go ahead and go to the left side because no one's over here, and I'm going to kill the left guy here. That portal is going to activate. I'm going to take that inside. Once I'm inside, a servitor will appear. You quickly just nuke him, and then you're kind of just waiting for your monitor to update because it's going to display a symbol. So in the meantime, just kill some ads, try to recoup some heavy ammo if you've already used some, to tank some of the enemies. Now, one thing I want to point out is that sometimes you're not always in voice chat, so sometimes you're not always going to get these, you're not going to verbally say whatever the symbol is on your screen. So for PC players, it's your middle mouse button. For mobile players, I think you guys just tap a button, and you just tap whatever symbol you see on the TV screen in front of you. You have to do that, because if you don't do that, or someone hits the wrong symbol or whatever the case is, it's going to wipe, as you guys just saw. So whoever that other guy was, I believe if you guys just look how that encounter was ran, he was calling out a symbol way too fast. So that is why it is important that if you're going in that room, you wait until your servitor is killed. Once he's killed and the monitor refreshes with the symbol on the body part that needs to be destroyed, once that appears, then you go ahead and you display that message to your team. Now, we're going to go ahead and explain job number 2. Job number 2 is for the people who are not getting teleported. So all you're going to do in this room is ad clear, making sure this room is, nice and clean. In the process of ad clearing, you'll notice that there are the Overseekers. They are back. You do want to focus those, because if not, they will target you and you will get stuck, and they do a lot of damage. So make sure that the Overseekers are going down along with the regular ads. Now, in the midst of all this happening here, you're going to see the boss is going to have different parts of his body glowing red. Now, if you look on the top right of my screen, the call out for right claw front was called, and it is the boss's right, not our right, but the boss's right claw. So we went and destroyed that one, and there must have been a verbal call out because there wasn't a second call out on screen. And so with that, they destroyed it, and now we start our damage phase. And you're going to try to go ahead and just tank as much as you can here. You only have a few seconds for damage, so you want to just give them everything you've got, supers, give them everything you've got for your power ammo, and just light this guy up. Hopefully you have a stacked team who can one phase, but if not, that's fine. You can always run it back. It's not that hard. In this case here, my team did not do enough damage, even with me doing 7.7 mil on this run. So we had to do a second phase, which is fine. But once the damage is over and you don't get the one phase, it's a simple rinse and repeat. You go back in, you kill the Shinkas that spawn in like you did in the very start. In the midst of all of that, the boss will rotate again to the right side, or excuse me, to the left side of the map. And you're just ad clearing, watching for those blue pulsating lasers. You're ad clearing, making sure that the Shriekers die. Shriekers are really annoying here. Not the Shriekers, but the Servitors. Just because of the simple fact they will shield the ads. So those are kind of like the main targets you want to go for. And then amidst all of that, you'll see your Vandals come out, your Scorch Vandals. You quickly kill them, you pick them up, and once again, you hit the blue nodes. Not hard, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you're doing. It's simple raid mechanics. Once again, once both Scorch Cannons have been used to destroy both of the blue nodes, the boss will then rotate again. When he rotates again, you're doing the same exact thing. Nothing changes. You're killing the ads. You're watching for the blue laser. We're also making sure that you're jumping over that. Of course, go for the Servitors as quick as possible, because those guys will shield the other ads to where you can't kill them. And then shortly after, you'll be seeing your Scorch Vandals appear, like they are right now. You quickly just try to nuke them out as quick as you can. Go ahead and use those cannons again, blow up the nodes, and then we're going to start the process all over again. And once you do that, and everyone does their jobs correctly, you will then go ahead and proceed to your damage phase, and then you'll kill the boss. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward to that. Alrighty, now fast forwarding to pre-damage. Once again, make sure this room is clear. You're going to go ahead and shoot the symbols that's being called out on the screen. Remember, this is boss oriented, not how we look at it. So if it says right rear leg, or whatever it's supposed to say, make sure you go to his right side and you hit that corresponding symbol. Okay? If not, you will wipe, literally. And then once you hit both symbols, everyone will get teleported outside. You start your damage, and that is pretty much it. That is the complete Onslaught Salvation guide here for Destiny Rising. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. This is my first ever guide, and I took a lot of inspiration from Dado and Cacus, so please let me know how I did. You guys take care. Peace. See you in the next one.